Sam, my dude, Saint Salamander here, and welcome to the Week 4 draft analysis against the Nijmegen Nuzleafs and their coach AutoMatthic. I'm Salem, the coach of the Solihull Samurotts, and they have a very scary team here. Like, AutoMatthic runs draft league, he's done a shit ton of leagues in the past, so I knew he'd be a very hard opponent to face. And his team's very strong. He has Necrozma, Conkeldurr, and Cinderace, which you can see I predicted on the layout, which he's brought every single week. So those three, like, I was certain he was bringing. Like, of course there was a chance he wouldn't, but, you know, 99.9% sure he was bringing. He has Gastrodon, which is very bulky, very strong, Rotom-Mow, Duraludon, which I don't know too much about, because, you know, it's Gen 8, I don't know too much about it. Mr. Rhyme, again, I don't know too much about, but my friend did do very well against me with Choice Scarf, Mr. Rhyme, when we were practicing battling together. He has Drapion, which is a very strong Pokemon, only weak to ground, I think? Maybe fighting, but I think it's just ground. Then they have Togetic and Trapinch, which I haven't brought yet. So I didn't think they were going to bring this week either. And I feel like I might be missing one for whatever reason. Why do I feel like I might be missing one? Okay, I don't think I'm missing one. So this is the team I thought AutoMatthic was going to bring. I was prepared for the other 4 mons though. Like, I thought Rotom-Mow and Duraludon could be switched out for Drapion or Mr. Rhyme. I really didn't expect Togetic or Trapinch to come at all, but I figured those two were interchangeable. So this is the team I brought this week for them. So first off, we got GokeyGamer again. We're running Choice Scarf set again this time, with Flareblitz, Darkest Lariat, Earthquake, and Parting Shot. So Parting Shot's, you know, just to get switching control by lowering their attack and special attack, so then, you know, Triforce a switch. Flare Blitz is for stab, just a good stab move, and is to hit the Rotom-Mow, mainly. What else does it hit? It hits Mr. Rhyme, and it should do good damage against Duraludon as well, and just other Pokemon like Conkeldurr. We got Darkest Lariat mainly for Necrozma, Mr. Rhyme as well. I guess we could go for either or move. And it is for if he's setting up stats on Necrozma mainly, because Darkest Lariat ignores stats changes, so that's why I chose to run Darkest Lariat just in case Necrozma starts setting up. Then I ran Earthquake, which was for Cinderace. It was for Duraludon. It was for... I think that was it. Drapion. That's it. Those are the 3 I brought it for. So that's why I bought all of those on it. I also thought Intimidate would be good, because he has quite a few good physical attackers with Conkeldurr and Cinderace and Drapion. So that's why we've bought GokeyGamer this week. Now, next up we're bringing Robin again, who I'm very happy about, because, you know, I brought him once before, I think, but like I always like using the lower tier mons on my team, and they have Static, and they have Fake Out, Play Rough, Knockoff, and Counter, which is very similar to the set we were running in week 2. So the job of Raichu this week is to try get rid of the Conkeldurr or the Cinderace or the Drapion with a counter, and just one-shot them, and then hopefully like knock off whatever comes out next because we can outspeed, or just like switch out Raichu and use it as a Satmon. We didn't run an electric type move this week because there's nothing on his team it's really good against. Like, the only thing electric helps with is Togetic, and like I didn't think he was bringing it, and I've got other ways to deal with Togetic, so I was just like, what's the point? So we ran Fake Out so I could just see if he's switching, basically get a bit of chip damage off on him. Play Rough is for the Conkeldurr, lowers attack as well, which is nice. And it is also for oh no, it's just for Conkeldurr, I think. Never mind. Knockoff is for just to get rid of people's items. It's also good on Mr. Rhyme. It's good on the Necrozma. And then we've, you know, of course, I've already gone over it. We've got Counter as well. Then, for the first time, we finally brung every Pokemon that's on our team, which I'm happy about, because I want to make use out of everyone. I don't want to just have one Pokemon that I don't use. I want to make use out of everyone. So we're finally bringing Milotic, which is Kogyoku. And she's got the Flame Orb, so she can use her Marvel Scale ability. And she has Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and Haze. Now, I was debating whether I should run Miracle on this, because of, just to deal with like Gastrodon and Duraludon and things like that a bit better, but I ended up leaving it like this. I needed Ice Beam just in case they brought Rotom Mow, but I think Miracle would have been really good if I was trying to get rid of with the what's this called, Mr. Rhyme. But I don't know if I could have ate a Freeze Dry actually, but whatever. I also brought Haze for the Necrozma to stop them setting up stored powers. Should be bulky enough to eat up whatever Necrozma has. So yeah, that was the general thing with Milotic. Try get rid of a Cinderace as well, since we're super effective on it. And then just try wall out some of the other Pokemon. Now, next up we're bringing Celebi again, aka Sophis. Using the Expert Belt this week, mainly just because it did... I don't think Life Orb made too much of a difference, and it was just good for getting rid of Pokemon it was just mainly for so we wouldn't lose any health, and we could get rid of Gastrodon with a Giga Drain. We've got Psychic for Conkeldurr. We have Earth Power, which ground he actually has very big ground weakness, other than Rotom Mow. So, Earth Power was for Drapion, it was for Duraludon, and it was for Cinderace, if we could, like, just predict a switch in, and go for an Earth Power. And then we have Pollen Puff. So, Pollen Puff was for Rotom Mow, it was for Necrozma, it was for Mr. Rhyme, and that was it, really. It's got something oh, didn't mean to do that. Just showed the rest of my team, but whatever. It's got coverage for everything, really. The only thing it doesn't really deal with is Togetic. Again, I didn't think he was going to bring. But, like, I feel like a lot of my team... Like, I don't really... I didn't have a Steel or Poison type, but I feel like if I got a knockoff with Raichu, and got the Eviolite out, it would have just went down. To a lot of things. So I wasn't worried about that too much. Same with Trapinch, like, I don't think we'd need to worry about it too much. Then, I think that's the rest of his team, right? Drapion, yeah, try switch in, go for an Earth Power. Yeah, that was about it. Now, we brought Nagisa again this week, with an Assault Vest, which was for, just so we could wall Mr. Rhyme and Necrozma and some other threats like that. It's got Freeze Dry, Shadow Ball, Miracle, and Water Pulse. So Miracle was for... I just remembered a play I should have done with Miracle. It doesn't matter. Basically, I already did the battle. So I'm just looking at some stuff and I'm like, I should have done this, or like, this would have been better than what I did. But you'll see it'll be a good battle tomorrow. It was an insane match. Like, it was a really good battle. But I brought Freeze Dry for the Rotom Mow and a Gastrodon. I bought Shadow Ball for Necrozma and for Mr. Rhyme. Miracle was for Necrozma as well and Mr. Rhyme. Just, like, Shadow Ball was coverage, like, in case, you know, it's, like, if they thought they could potentially go for something else, like, you know, if they could go for a stored power or something, I could Shadow Ball. If I predicted a damaging move, I could go for Miracle and eat it with the Assault Vest. And Water Pulse does, like, 60% damage to Cinderace. So I was hoping what I could do in the game is predict a switch into Cinderace and go for Water Pulse and get some heavy damage on it. That would have been really nice. And, like, potentially confuse it. So that's why I went with Water Pulse. Like, it's not a very good damaging move, but, like, it gets the job done, because Glaceon has insane special attack. We're also modest, just so it could do a little bit more as well. And last, we've brought this set and brought this Flygon every single week. Like, Flygon's the one Pokemon so far that we've never not brought, which is really cool, because, like, she's named after my favorite Fire Emblem character, my favorite just video game character in general. So I like that I'm using Flygon a lot. She's running Choice Specs and has Levitate, of course, and she's got Earth Power, Flamethrower, Giga Drain, and Bug Buzz. I didn't really need any Dragon Stab here. Earth Power, I've already gone over how good Earth Power is against a lot of its team when I was covering it with Celebi. Flamethrower is for the Rotom Mo. I mean, I guess I could also use Bug Buzz for it, but yeah, we just run Flamethrower. Bug Buzz is for Mr. Rhyme and Rotom Mo as well. I guess I could have gone with someone else other than Flamethrower now that I'm thinking about it, but oh well. And Giga Drain is for that Gastrodon. And we're also spec, so like if something's super effective, if Lygon uses something and it's super effective, it should theoretically go down, is what I was hoping. Because we are specs. So that was the plan, and that's the 6 Pokemon we're bringing this week. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the battle, which goes up tomorrow. It should be going up about 5 PM UK time, which is about noon EST. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Definitely check out AutoMatthic channel, which will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys soon, my dudes. Bye.